They hold an annual summit every year to train and talk through strategy, cases, a little bit of team building. I'll mention at the end here why this year's so special. Simultaneously, we were wrapping up a very big drug investigation takedown that began late last year, and arrests started being made at the end of June and could likely still be ongoing. Right now, we're up to 49 people who have been arrested as a result of this large-scale drug network takedown. I want to thank Sheriff Rick Staley for hosting us here in his county. His SWAT team helped us with the arrests, but the primary takedown was led by Volusia County Sheriff Mike Chitwood, as well as Daytona Beach Police Department Chief Jakari Young, who I seem to be seeing a lot these days. This right here is what makes Florida so special. All of our agencies working together, our prosecutors working with the 7th Judicial Circuit State Attorney, R.J. Larizza, who's absolutely one of the best. We row together in the same direction. We all have the same goal, the same motives. We want to protect our state. Talking with Sheriff Staley yesterday and his team, since he's been in office, the violent crime rate has been cut by more than half. And I know Sheriff Chitwood has seen similar results. We are seeing incredible data statewide as the 2025 data comes in. Violent crime, murder rates are down double digits across the state. In many parts of Florida, up as much as 50%. And it's because of the teamwork, one team, all working together. And I know our statewide prosecutors share that mission. So today we're excited to announce 49 people who will be behind bars, many for a long time. They were caught trafficking and conspiring to traffic large amounts of fentanyl, meth, and cocaine into our communities. When I took office a year and a half ago, traveling around, law enforcement repeatedly told me fentanyl is the greatest scare our state is seeing. In very small quantities, it can kill people quickly. It was moving over the southern border. It was seeping into communities that typically are not exposed to drug problems. It was killing children and impacting families that were not ready for that. So we have taken action. Thankfully, we've got a federal government that's helped us to shut down the border for once and for all. Our legislature stepped up with new laws, more enhancements, where people that are engaged in large-scale fentanyl trafficking are going to go away for much longer sentences. And as a result, and I should say the people in this room, our team, I don't know about the state attorneys, but I'm sure they've got similar data points. Our statewide prosecution cases since I've been in office on fentanyl cases have gone up over 500%. So we are prosecuting 5 times the number of bad guys dealing fentanyl. And what's the result? Fentanyl cases now in Florida are down over 70%. Fentanyl deaths are down about 50%. And that's just in a year and a half. That is incredible. But it shows, without question, that this is not rocket science. Empower these guys to do their job. They do it so dang good in Florida. Give them the tools to be successful. And when they get the bad guys, they know that their work is not in vain, that they're not putting their lives on the line for nothing, because our prosecutors are going to take those cases. We're going to prosecute to the fullest, and we're going to put people away for a long time and protect our families. So, like I said, 49 arrests. I'll name here the 3 primary leaders that face the most serious charges under Florida law. Vetrick Maurice Shavers Jr. is looking at a 20-year mandatory minimum for conspiring to traffic in 14 grams or more of fentanyl. He's looking at additional fentanyl trafficking counts that will each carry 7-year mandatory minimums. So he's going to be away for a while. Richard Gene Hocker III, he's looking at a 25-year mandatory minimum for trafficking 28 grams or more of fentanyl. Could be more charges coming on the meth. Antonio Bajone Lee, he's looking at 3 separate counts of trafficking of 28 grams or more, each carrying 25-year mandatory minimums. So thanks be to God, these guys are going to go away for a while. I want to thank the prosecutors, both on my team and on RJ's team, for doing an outstanding job. So with that, I'll turn it over to the people that really did the brunt of the work on this. It's an honor to support them every day. I love this job. I love our state, and people at home should know they're very blessed because of the work that these guys do. So with that, I'll turn it over to, I think he said in the back, the sheriffs voted him like some blind poll the most attractive sheriff last year. I don't know if it was that or the police dogs voting, but Sheriff Chitwood.
Thank you, Mr. Attorney General. I want to thank the Attorney General, but he misread the poll. It was Wayne Ivey that won, and the only two people that voted were him and his dog. So I want to thank the Attorney General for being the tip of the spear, and I want to thank you all, the statewide prosecutors in particular, because when we hold our crime stat meeting, nothing warms the cockles of my heart more when we get a bad guy up there and we discuss his deplorable criminal record, and they say to me, this is going to the statewide prosecutor because he has done this in 7 or 8 other counties. I know he's going to get his backside nailed to the wall. So this investigation started over a year ago. Daytona was investigating a spate of violent crime. We were investigating 3 overdose deaths that had occurred in New Smyrna Beach. And it became quite apparent that we were going after the same scumbags. So with the help of the statewide prosecutor, with our prosecutor, R.J. Larizza, and with the FBI, we were able to get up on a wire. And that wire led to where we are today. One of the most prolific dope dealers out of all this is a guy named Corey Jackson. He goes by the nickname of Flex. He was responsible for those 3 overdose deaths in New Smyrna and an overdose in Orange City. And then one of the folks that Daytona Beach arrested was responsible for a death in Holly Hill. So I'm not telling you anything that you folks don't know. This is a scourge on our community. This fentanyl is killing people at an unbelievable rate. We're doing a great job bringing it down, but it's tough to sit across the desk and talk to a victim and discover that the only crime that the victim committed was having addiction. It's hard to sit there and fathom that when you talk to them. You know that. You deal with these victims. So out of this spin-off investigation, with the help of Immigration's fugitive unit, 2 of the folks that we were looking at were Jamaican nationals, Travis Kerr and Trevin Kerr. And we were able, with ICE fugitive unit, to hit a house in Daytona on the 18th of this month. They were in a garage with their family members, and they were surrounded within an arm's length of 4 firearms, one of which was an AR, one of which was a stolen firearm. So these guys were here illegally. They were part of this investigation, and with the help of the federal government, we were able to go in, take them down, and their asses are going to get deported. So, like I said, we appreciate everything that you're doing for us. We have a great, great, great relationship. For 10 years, I sat in that man's chair before I got elected, and my whole time here as chief, we have worked so closely with our attorney, state attorney R.J. Larizza, and I'm excited for November to be over, so our state attorney can put that, our Florida Attorney General can put that behind him and really focus on the work. And I'm excited about that when he gets fully focused on what we're doing. So God bless you all, and thank you for everything you do for us.
Thank you, Sheriff. This was a big one, and it will save lives, undoubtedly. Next, we've got Flagler County Sheriff Rick Staley. Thanks for having us.
Well, our agency played a very, very small part. Our SWAT team assisted during the raids to take down, along with some other agencies. So the real work was Volusia Sheriff and the Chief of Police, Jakari Young in Orlando, and the partners that they used. But what I would say is that the message is that criminals know no boundaries while law enforcement works together. And we can go anywhere in the state working together to take these dirtbags that are selling poison in our community down. And the impact that this operation had in Flagler County is significant. Drugs know no boundary. People go anywhere to buy it for their addiction. Our overdose deaths are down significantly for a number of reasons. A secure border, but operations like this. We're seizing less and less fentanyl. In fact, it's almost nil today. Doesn't mean we're not seizing a little, and other things like methamphetamine and stuff is still out there. But it's a great team effort to really put an end to the scourge of the poison peddlers. So I look forward to them all going to prison for a very long time so we don't have to deal with them and the teamwork that occurred. Thank you.
Many of these cases will be handled by the 7th Judicial Circuit. We've got State Attorney R.J. Larizza here, who's a great friend and partner. Thanks, R.J.
Good morning. How y'all doing this morning? I want to thank the statewide prosecutor, Brad McVeigh, and of course our Attorney General, James Uthmeier, for what they're doing and for the partnership that we have together. And especially, Mike Chitwood, Rick Staley, Jakari Young. We've got some feisty law enforcement officials in the 7th Circuit, and we work very well together, and that's a key. And in cases like this, what one of my old buddies used to say, a sheriff of Putnam County for 2 terms, we catch them, and then the state attorney's office cleans them. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to take care of business because in the drug trade breeds addiction, and it breeds death. Folks get addicted to the drugs. Their families die because of it. Their families never recover. Folks die. The violence, the gun violence that the drug trade breeds kills people. There's examples of that with the folks that we're prosecuting right now. Plus, it kills our neighborhoods and our communities. It robs those places of hope and puts despair in their place. I started my career in 1980, and I've seen this happen over and over and over again. We got to put these folks in jail. We got to put them away for as long as we can. And with the partnership we have with great Attorney General James Uthmeier, his right-hand prosecutor Brad McVeigh, with all the law enforcement we got, you folks can sleep better at night. God bless you and your families. God bless Florida, and God bless America. Thank you.
And then to round us out here, Daytona Beach Police Chief Jakari Young. We really value the hard work that they put in on this. Thanks, Jakari.
Thank you. Good morning. So just to add to the sheriff's comments, this was definitely a collaborative effort between both the Daytona Beach Police Department and the Volusia Sheriff's Office. Specifically for Daytona Beach, this investigation actually started back in April of 2024, and that was Operation Icebreaker 1. Unfortunately, we weren't successful in wrapping up all of our targets in the initial operation back in 2024, so we got the opportunity to double back with Operation Icebreaker 2, which is what we just concluded, and that's when we realized how closely the targets were related from both of our operations, from both the Sheriff's Office and Daytona Beach Police Department. So I just want to read you just some of the stats that we were able to, come up with as a result of the operation. The investigation targeted a drug trafficking organization led by Isaac Pease, who's responsible for distributing fentanyl, cocaine, methamphetamine, and other illegal narcotics throughout our community. Organizations like this fuel addiction, violence, and many of the crimes negatively affecting the safety and quality of life in Daytona Beach. Over several months, detectives conducted extensive surveillance, completed 45 controlled narcotics purchases, and obtained authorization to intercept communications involving 8 targeted telephones. These efforts allowed detectives to identify the organization's members, understand how it operated, and locate 5 properties being used to store and distribute narcotics. As a result of Operation Icebreaker 2, 24 individuals have been taken into custody, including Pease and other leaders of the organization. During the investigation, law enforcement seized 807 grams of fentanyl, 525 grams of methamphetamine, 101 grams of cocaine, 138 grams of cannabis, 5 firearms, and $19,366 in currency. Every gram of fentanyl removed from our streets may represent a life saved. Every firearm recovered reduced potential for violence, and every arrest helped dismantle an organization that profited at the expense of our residents. I want to personally recognize the detectives assigned to our Special Investigations Unit for their dedication, persistence, and countless hours of work on this case. I also want to thank Sheriff Chitwood in the Volusia Sheriff's Office, the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, the Brevard County Sheriff's Office, the Seminole County Sheriff's Office, the Office of the Statewide Prosecutor, and the Florida Attorney General's Office for their assistance and the partnership. Operation Icebreaker 2 is a strong example of what can be accomplished when law enforcement agencies work together toward the same goal. Although the investigation has concluded, our commitment to protecting our community has not. So if you continue to sell drugs in Daytona Beach, we will continue to find you and hold you accountable. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. I'll conclude by, again, thanking the statewide prosecutors in the room for all the work you do, our investigators and supporting staff. We announced yesterday, since I've been in office, which is about a year and a half, the case filing count, the caseload is up 77%. And we're on track to double the work that office does by the end of the year. And that's with no big new resources, not a bunch of new staff members. We certainly have some work that I'm committed to getting done for us there. But that was with our existing team. And the only way to explain that is people that just care so much about the job. People that want to fight for our families, our children, people that want to put public safety first. Perhaps more importantly, the conviction rate in that time period is up 50%. You've got over 1,000 more people going away behind bars because of your work. So thank you. That should mean something. You are indeed saving lives and protecting the public. Perhaps my favorite statistic, our prison year term data point is up 63%, and that's just in this half of 2026 alone. You've handed out over 1,634 years behind bars. Those are dangerous people that will not be able to hurt others right now. So God bless you guys. Thank you for the work you do. It's an honor to support you every day. And these guys here, this is a dream team. We get to do this a lot in Florida. I always say fighting crime, prosecuting cases, that's not political, that is not partisan, it should not be anyway. It is the job. It is what the public, what the taxpayers expect. In Florida, we've proven it works. We're one of the biggest states with the largest economy, the most capital moving through, things that typically lead to crime, and yet we've shown that we can fight it. And I think a lot of criminals, they know better than coming down here and trying their luck in the state of Florida with our great law enforcement. So I hope other states will continue to take note. It is not rocket science. It is common sense. Catch bad guys, prosecute them, hold them accountable for what they've done wrong. All right, well, thanks, everybody. With that, I think we got time for a few questions. And if there's anything more specific than I can answer on these cases or these guys, these investigations are still ongoing, and we do anticipate there will be more counts, possibly more defendants before this is all said and done. All right, enjoy the beach, everybody. God bless.